What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy, coming at you right here with a special announcement when it comes to the fact that in the black community, we can always point fingers at the enemies that are after us, who rape, rob, and pillage from us, but yet there is something that we do to ourselves, and that is rape, rob, and pillage each other. And here lately has been a buzz on so-called our children being violated by those who may be in our families. Now, we know it's been for years that these pedophiles, these violators exist. Whether it's your daddy, your mama, your cousin, your brother, whether it's your uncle, your mama's boyfriend, whether it's your dad's girlfriend, that we do know by the statistical data that these violators, these pedophiles exist. And I noticed that even in the so-called gay community, they have something that is said that come out the closet. And I've thought about this maybe a few years ago, is that people are coming out of the closet, but they're not bringing out the violators with them. Don't leave them in the closet. You pull their ass out of the closet too and expose them. Now, I know it may be a touchy subject for those to expose the very ones who are near and dear to them. But who are they doing it to now? Who are they doing it to? Little brother, sister, aunt, cousin? Who are they doing it to? The neighbors? When this needs to stop. You see, I was violated by a babysitter, and it had a tremendous effect on me, growing up. And she was 17 and I was about 8 or 9 years old. And this had a tremendous played a mind game with me. When I was younger, growing up, looking at the girls in a different way. But I'm saying it is time for us to clean house. It is time for us to come forward. It is time for us to reveal who these predators are. Because our lovely children, they are going down a road now where they are trying to cover, trying to deal with, trying to put on the mask and deal with these pains, what has happened to them in their childhoods. That they've turned to drugs. Some have turned to different lifestyles. Some are battling psychologically. Some have just went off on the deep end. And many people don't even realize what has happened. I submit to you that if we can save the youth, we can save a community. Now, everybody can raise a hand and admit that as a whole, we have a very terrible dispensation about ourselves. Now, I'm not speaking about everybody, but we're talking about collectively as a whole. We've watched the black community, for those who've been around long enough, begin to nosedive, disintegrate into this promiscuous lifestyles, these killing one another. And now we see that this phase that we're in, that men are killing their girlfriends or wives and children, and women are killing their boyfriends and killing their children. I believe these psychotic behaviors are stemming from childhood violations. And we need to expose those. We need to rid our families of these people. Every time you bring somebody new in your house, you don't know their background or what they've done. A lot of these wolves in sheep's clothing, they are acting as though that they are perfect and don't have a background. And unless we're privy to go and research the background, we will never know. But our beautiful children, boys and girls, should never have to go through being molested, raped, sodomized, sold into slavery, sold for drugs, for crazy acts. I've had the experience as being a coach, as being one who would counsel people or minister, whatever you want to call it. I have seen the youth who came out and admitted and shared that they have been violated. I would tell my children, those I coach, that if anybody is violating you, please entrust in me as a coach to help you get out of that situation. And luckily, there has been a couple who came forward and shared, not only with myself, but the other coaches that were on staff, on this horrendous act of what has been happening in their household and what's been happening to them. And these people met their judge and they got to serve their time. And no other child would be violated by them, because now the system has in place to keep an eye on these people, a register that they have to register, that they can't be around children, that they have to stay far distances from their children, from others' children, because they have created this psychotic behavior within themselves that most are finding they were violated and acting it out against another. This is serious conversations I'm going to have here on out, periodically, on a panel of people who wants to call in anonymously to share their stories so that we can see how real this really is. There's no more time turning out the lights, putting your head in the sand, being ignorant and acting as though that is not happening. It is time for parents who even know that even some of their loved ones who are doing such an act to come forward, to expose the evils that be. I'm reaching out to the Black community. I'm reaching out to the families, not even the Black community. I'm reaching out to anybody. Because when you say Black, we have a mix of people within our families. Any child, black, white, yellow, green, orange, whatever, should be protected. So whomever is going through ought to be free. And I'm saying, if you're coming out of the closet, you pull that violator out too. Expose them. Let the system take care of their dirty work so that you can become clean. This is your man, not your boy.